Welcome, guys, to the 13th episode of Essence of Zen After Dark. This is our improv episode, which basically means we're taking a break from doing our pre-planned topics, which kind of isn't that much of a difference, right, Lewis, since we pretty much would gather our topics 5 minutes before the damn show.
Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody our secret.
But yes, I'm your host, Mustachio Cone and Okamio, or some type of incognito name that you can probably tell from our luxurious mustaches. And I'm joined by our co-host, the magnificent... I don't have a incognito name in mind for you, Lewis.
It's fine. Just the magnificent is fine.
The magnificent. That's it. It's just... I'm really digging the idea of making mugs with our incognito faces on it.
No one will know who we are.
That's the plan, Lewis.
No one.
But kind of, what's the point of selling a mug with our faces on it if they're not gonna recognize our faces, though? You know,
Our mug's on a mug. It's genius. It's genius, Zane.
If it's so genius, Lewis, why hasn't Apple done it yet?
No idea. No idea.
Actually, you know what? I think I saw them make a patent for printing apples on their apples. So, like actual fruit apples and with their Apple logo on the actual edible apple.
What?
Yeah. They could be trolling, though, because we all know Apple is some patent trolls.
Speaking of Apple, apparently those what is it? Those little touch strips that are going to be on their laptops.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they said they're not going to be available till 2018 or something like that.
I
I mean, like, I'm not exactly sure on the year, but they basically said they're not going to be ready like this upcoming season, which I thought they were. I was excited. So they won't be ready for a while, basically. So basically, what I'm hearing is Google and or Acer and or Toshiba and etc. can basically start doing it before them. Now that they've announced that they're working on it.
I don't want anyone else to do it, though, because I honestly don't think it's a good. Okay, I won't say it's not a good idea, but it's not a bad idea. It's just a random idea that I don't think is anything other than a gimmick. It's a gimmick.
Well, I want to see how Apple, what is it? Apple implements it, you know, because Apple might do it right, you know. Like I've seen like touchscreen stuff like that, like on HPs, where it's just like little. Well, they're little LEDs. They're not actually like a little OLED screen or whatever that can change. So honestly, Apple do it first. See how they do it, and then the industry can like follow along and do their own thing.
I will say though,
whatever.
LG did have the first dual. Well, I won't say dual screen, but they had their little mini strip screen above their main screen on their LG V10 that's returning for the V20. So, just want to make that clear, you know. LG did it first when it comes to a screen strip on a device, not laptop, but a phone. So if Apple goes, we're gonna move the strip over to our Apple phones, then yeah, they didn't do it first. They did not. So we were talking about it earlier, but didn't you heard a story about an iPhone blowing up someone's car?
Yeah, I found this story like on Hacker News. It was from not Yahoo. I forget the actual news provider. But yeah, dude said he was like out surfing, catching the waves. And it comes back to a phone that's like just charred. A charred car. Basically, looking inside the car, he immediately knows that the culprit was the phone, because the phone was just sitting right there in the middle. Now, basically barbecued.
Before anyone goes and say things like, maybe it was the cable, maybe it was the thing that they had the thing plugged into. Apple do not have the Samsung exploding batteries. So, one thing, apparently the news stated that it was nothing but Apple cables and the little carport things. So I want to make it clear. that if it was the battery of the iPhone, I don't know. I haven't heard the story. This is something that Lewis read and saw. If it was just a bad battery, these things happen. Phones have exploded before, and even before the Note 7, phones go boom. They happen. Just really rare, and because the whole Note 7 thing is a hot button topic, everyone wants to jump on. Oh, all these phones are exploding.
I like that impression. But yeah, like I just think it was just a defective battery inside the iPhone. It happens all the time. Phones have been blowing up all like way before the iPhone and all that. Way before the Galaxy Note, or not? Do you still call them the Galaxy? The Note 7 basically.
Yeah.
It's just that it just caught more attention now. That Samsung. Earlier before that, it was like the little hoverboard things, and before that, just little offs here and there.
And I'm pretty sure that even in movies like Arnold Schwarzenegger used the phone to have it blow up as his like dramatic action scene where he's like, "Hurry, quickly! I set the phone to explode. Get to the chopper! Nah, nah."
Which is funny because like I can't bring in like toothpaste, but I can bring in my phone just fine. Phone's just fine. God forbid I take entire tube of toothpaste or a water bottle, one of those giant like Boss ones or whatever.
No, man, I remember like specifically because I found this to be so hilarious because when I first graduated from high school and I was heading towards Arizona for UAT, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember specifically because I had no family out in Arizona, and I wanted to pack a bunch of stuff that I could get in Georgia. So I had like toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, mouthwash, and everything. Like they made me throw a lot of that out, and I was just like, "Are you gonna reimburse this new college student this stuff that you just making him throw?" I'm like, "My God, man!" And they had to pull me over to the side because I had a Wii U, an Xbox 360. All in my backpack with all the cables and power bricks and everything. So they were like, "Am I carrying a bomb?" So they did the whole scan of the backpack, put me to the side, went through it, maybe throw away the toothpaste and deodorant and stuff. But they were just like, "You can keep these, battery packs that are more likely to cause damages than a tube of toothpaste and stick of deodorant."
All I need is like a little like paper clip and just sort out the battery. I don't need to hide in the bathroom, concoct a little chemical recipe.
Oh, I don't know. Also, if anyone from the Hack GSU event is listening tonight, party hard, have fun, do some great things at Hack GSU. I wish I was there. I would have loved to have done the podcast live from the hackathon, but sadly, I have PLC with King. So if anyone from GSU who knows about the Professor King and his PLC class, just give me luck, man. Just wish me luck and keep me in your dreams and your hopes and your wishes. Oh. So Lewis,
yes.
have you heard about the Nintendo Switch?
The what? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's a weird looking device. I want to throw it like a frisbee.
I mean, okay, so here's okay. You go first. You go first. I want to hear what you gotta say.
I mean, I like it. So I have been hating on Nintendo for the last 3 or so years. I personally haven't. I haven't bought a Nintendo device like since the Wii. I had an old school Nintendo 3DS. Excuse me, just a Nintendo DS. The old, like the blue one that was fat with the 3 different designs of elevations from the center to the side.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the Wii, and I liked the Wii, but it wasn't that supported. So then they were just like, "Oh, 2 or 3 years later, here's the Wii U," and I'm just like, "But I still play my Wii." And then the Wii U didn't have so many great games that I wanted, and then just all the games were literally Mario this, Zelda that, Mario this, Star Fox that, Mario this. Just nothing but their nostalgia brands. And I'm just like, "Oh my God, what is wrong with you guys?" And it just got really boring. But And those are a lot of big butts. I mean, like Nicki Minaj is looking at the window right now, like, why do you gotta say so many butts? But, and there's another but. The Nintendo Switch looks to be something that could bring me back to the Nintendo environment, especially if it's cost effective in comparison to the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Okay.
That's pretty it. I'm liking it. I'm liking what the possibilities are.
All right. Let me tell you what I saw. I basically saw a Wii U, but like without without you having to buy two pieces. You basically just have to buy the. Well, actually, it's too early for me to even say that because I don't even know how they're gonna start selling that device itself.
With a bag of weed.
With a bag of weed. No, like it's just like an integrated Wii U is how I see it. Like they're still trying to push that portability thing, but that's how I originally saw it. Okay, you got integrated controllers that come off. I don't know how that'll catch on. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if the movement is exactly the most user friendly because it's just like sliding off the screen. I feel like when people first do it, like they'll take off the. Basically, what I see people doing is trying to take out the remotes and the screen just falling straight down to the ground and just being stuck with the remote controls. That's what I first imagined as people try to get used to the motion of it. It reminds me of those not so intuitive like what is it? Those laptops that bend 360 degrees and go left and right, you know, forward and backwards, side to side. That have the screen bending all sorts of directions. I mean, cool, but it'll take you a while to learn the ways it could bend and move and all that. And I feel like that'll introduce some sort of injuries and pain points. I feel like the rockers are gonna just. I see moving pieces, and I see potential for failure because moving pieces like to fail.
See, this is all a part of
that's my only bad thing I could say about it.
Yeah, but it's a part of their conspiracy to train children to be master kung fu artists. Imagine the movie, Kung Fu Kid. No, Karate. Oh my God, that's like a nerd card taking away. Karate Kid. Excuse me, not Kung Fu Kid. Karate Kid. Do you remember when the master made the little white boy rub his car with wax? Wax on, wax off, wax on. Imagine Nintendo.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, Mr. I gotta forget Mr. Miyagi. A nerd card taken away from me.
The only reason I know that is because of the Chris Brown song.
Oh,
Wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi.
See, Chris Brown is in a conspiracy too. He's a part of this whole movement. So just imagine Nintendo being, remove the controller, put the controller back on, to train like some type of kung fu generation of kids taking over the American government to serve that of China or something. I don't know. Just work with me. Work with me.
Working.
But no, I see your point, and this is why I told you after the original airing of that teaser video, which was a weird video, by the way, a really weird video.
You think so?
I do, because like and I actually wrote a post about it on our site in the blog section. But I noticed a few things. Like they were trying to bank on the convertibility, and you know I love my convertibles, not cars, but technology wise. I noticed that when they were playing Zelda, the new one that's not even yet finished, when he had it in the dock, it was running on a smooth frame rate. But then when he went on his portable and he took the dog out for the walk or whatever, and he was sitting on the back of the bench, that douche, learn how to sit on a public bench, you know?
I'm gonna have to see that now.
But when he was playing Zelda in the portable version, it wasn't running at a smooth frame rate. And I'm not saying that's bad, because I rather Nintendo show things as it is and not as some type of scripted event that's purely for the showcase. Ubisoft, every other game company. But it was just weird, man. And then like the whole social aspect of like the girl who's playing in her apartment, and she somehow hear people screaming at her, from the other building across the street, and like, come on over, come on over, come on over. So she just brings her game with her. Like, no, dude, that's rude. They're invited to a party. Don't just steal the party with your game console. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, just the controllers for the portable version. They seem really freaking small. Not for like when you're using both of the sides, but they took off the controller and turned it sideways like a Wiimote, and like it was so tiny, Lewis.
It is tiny. It is tiny. That's another thing I noticed as well. I was like, I mean, I'll have to hold it in my hands and see how it feels, because just looking at that, it looks like it's barely enough. Like you're just getting away with like very limited controls.
They made
I feel like
Trump.
they're just focusing. They made it for Trump. Trump has small hands. But yeah, that's what I noticed too. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see, like, so I can hold it actually, because at first glance it doesn't feel like it's gonna be a lot of controls. But it looks like they're focusing on portability and sharing. Like, how can we salvage the invested stuff that we put into the Wii U and just upgrade it a little bit, is what I see.
That is another good thing about Nintendo. They have been doing a great job for Americans everywhere. And I'm about to get really political here, Lewis. I'm about to get really political. Nintendo is probably the best hope for Americans to date. Yes, Japanese companies are the best hope for American children, American citizens, and not because of the whole communist thing, because I don't even think China, Japanese or Japan is actually commies. Like, it's more of China that's more. Anyway, it's too political. Ever since the 3D, or excuse me, the DS, the 3DS, the 3DSi, and the Wii and the Wii U, Nintendo has been trying to get our fat, chubby little American kids to exercise. And that's why they're the hope for America, Lewis. There.
I don't know. Like, it's cool because you could take the little portable system, separate the controllers, watch it like a little screen. Ooh, I wonder if you could use like a TV actually. And then like the little remotes become Bluetooth Wii-ish.
Oh, that is a good question. I don't know if they're gonna be like motion tracked. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt they'll be motion tracked. But you know.
Oh yeah, I doubt it as well.
Yeah.
I doubt it as well. Seeing how small they are, and yeah.
I also think motion controllers are pretty much gone in the wind. They're just gonna be there for like virtual reality, which I think is like a VR is nice, but I think it's I think the hype train came too soon for it.
The hype train came too soon? What do you mean?
Like, everyone, like, when VR became like, oh, you know, you're gonna have the Oculus Rift, the HTC Vive, Project Morpheus, and everyone's like, oh yeah, VR is the future, but now it's still a very niche thing. It's like 4K and 8K.
Well, 4K is cool. The thing is, none of my things can play it.
Right.
My little server struggles.
But think about this. So like when we still had, you know, and because you know you and me are old, Lewis. We're old people, right? We're the new old guys. We grew up in the days when we had fat back televisions, you know. And do you remember when HD TVs came out in 1080p? Do you remember, like,
for such a long time?
But yeah, so like when HD TV came out, though, it became a drastic push. It was rolled out, and like everyone was buying HD TVs in a matter of a year. You bring out 4K now, and like 2 years later, and less than 80% of the populace are going towards even 2K. So then you have about 20% and less grabbing 4K televisions, and now we're already up to 8K TVs, Lewis. 8K. The hype train,
just pushing those pixels.
Yeah, for no damn reason though. It's too soon. And the same thing came with VR.
I mean, you could get it. They could get it. Thing is, just they're not gonna. They're gonna be blowing up their 1080p content.
And it's gonna look like crap. Times.
I mean, if they're an early adopters and they know, cool, whatever. If they're just following the hype train, well, I don't think you realize what you just bought into or didn't buy into.
I mean, exactly, and I think the same goes for VR. They saw that people were interested, and they put out products for VR. It got really popular, and then it hit like a plateau, and it tanked in terms of popularity. Like most people today use more mobile phone VR things, like the Samsung Gear VR and crap.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be real, that's not real. That's not real VR. That's just like a thing in front of your face. That's not really generating things in the virtual reality sense.
Well, actually, I want to see how Microsoft and PlayStation react to it. I want to see if they actually start implementing VR-ish things into their consoles. I
Well,
think they might, especially Microsoft. Microsoft's big on just experimenting, and they're like, I don't know about.
actually, I think Microsoft is making the smarter move by going towards, or more so, augmented reality more so than VR with their HoloLens. But
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah,
The HoloLens. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
I've actually still yet to play with one. I know my job has one in the office. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm wearing the HoloLens. But yeah, I don't know. I just
I mean, I don't know if I'll be a big fan of it. I've never played any VR games. It reminds me of 3D. I don't really like 3D, but I mean, I know a good amount of people that do like 3D and prefer 3D.
Lewis,
Sometimes I can only watch things in 3D.
no, we to people who say they prefer 3D over like anything else, we call those people wrong. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Like I have I forget that they still have like 3D Blu-ray players. I think mine's 3D, but just one of those things that I don't really use because yeah, not big into it.
Lewis, it sounds like Kobe doesn't even like 3D.
Kobe's on his own train. Kobe.
As a matter of fact, I have a friend by the name of Jack who actually posted a picture of him wearing it. And he's just like, he's wearing it like they're shades. And he just, uh,
Do they even still make 3D TVs actually?
I think they do. Like, I think smart TVs are like by default nowadays.
Smart TVs. Okay. So here's the thing. I hate these like little integrated smart things in the televisions. These chips. I can't upgrade them. I'd rather buy like a little Roku on the side that could just swap that thing out. The TV will just sit there and play stuff.
But
I
Lewis,
use something else separate for decoding.
but with the smart TV, you get to walk in and say what's 10 times 10, and your TV replies, "I don't know, Lewis. I'm a TV, not a freaking calculator."
Like, okay, so I have the smart TV apps on my Philips TV are slow because the processor on it is slow. It's really just a marketing thing, a marketing sham. I'd rather just buy a dedicated media player.
Like those ShamWow commercials. This is
It's a shamey. It's a
Shammy,
shamey.
that's what. Yeah.
It's a shamey. That's what it is.
I don't know, dude. Like, people like to use the word smart for all. Like you said, it's a marketing buzzword, but it's like, no, it's super dumb. It's super dumb. It's stupid. Nothing about this makes it smart. Oh,
Yeah, well, huh?
it can access YouTube. That doesn't make you smart. That makes you handy.
Should we call them handies?
Yeah, dude. Let's make it. Let's grab our guns. Let's go to a factory, take it over, and make them produce televisions with our brand on it, and we'll call them handy TVs.
You know what Samsung should do for the next phone? They should just call it the handy Sammy.
If they actually did that and the product tanked, they would probably try to sue us hard.
They probably would. Just like how they're what is it? They're blocking YouTube videos. They're blocking the YouTube videos that have uploads of anyone making fun of the Note 7.
Yeah, I heard about
Did you
that,
see
dude.
that?
Yeah.
Like they took it down that video I shared with you about the GTA mod.
Yeah. I'm like, wow.
My
Sammy.
coworker, my coworker was like, wait, they're spending money like just taking down like things that offend them instead of trying to fix their phone or make their next phone better. Like this is what they're
Exactly.
wasting their money on.
If I was Sammy, I would like embrace the jokes, man. Like when I release the next Galaxy S8 or whatever, I'd be like, "Oh, check out the new hot topic phone," and then just be like, like make a quick joke about it exploding, and it explodes in performance, and like just own it, embrace it, and just be cool with it. Because yeah, you messed up. Stop trying to hide what's already public. It's okay. It's like, oh, geez. Also, Alana asked, what kind of dog is Kobe?
Kobe is a little Cocker Spaniel Chihuahua mix.
That is adorable.
Yeah. So by hi Alana. But by like taking these things down, they're just like appeasing to the trolls, and the trolls are just gonna strike back even harder. And on top of that, like all that video content just gonna get duplicated and reposted everywhere else, just to like piss Samsung off more.
By the way, have you been keeping up with South Park?
South Park? No. Oh damn! Thank you for reminding me. I need to. Like, you're gonna open the tab right now.
There's so many like episodes about trolls online, and like I think they're making a reference to the movie Troll Hunter. I haven't yet looked at it and make sure like the cross references is actually there, but it is just so great, man. It is.
I forget it's not SouthPark.com. It's South Park Studios.
That's weird.
I got redirected to another website.
But at least they own the domain.
Indeed.
Unlike someone who owns EoZ.tech. We were trying to do some domain purchases out there, and someone has EoZ.tech and they really aren't using it. It'd be nice to have that. I'm just saying.
See with EoZ.com.
Exactly.
I mean, they'll sell it to us, but like for like 50 grand.
Oh,
sorry. It's 83,000.
83,000?
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh.
Yeah.
See, we should have bought Google.com. We had the chance.
Should have what?
But I think Google.com had became viable for like a few minutes or so a while ago, or like something Google something did, and someone what the hell?
Google would find some way to disown us. They would destroy us little by little. Maybe Google. Huh?
What was the episode of Simpsons when not Peter? Oh God, I'm mixing up cartoons. When Homer started a startup tech company, and
I haven't seen that one.
And like Bill Gates showed up, and he's like, "So, Mr. Simpson, what do you do?" And he's like, "A little of this, a little of that. What can I do you for?" And Bill Gates, well, instead of trying to figure out what you do, I'm just gonna buy you out to ignore competition. And Homer said, "Woohoo! You're gonna buy me out and make money." And he goes, "Boys, buy out Mr. Simpson." So they come out the woodwork with like these bats and like start destroying his office. That's what Google would do to us.
They would just walk into my home and start breaking legs. Sorry, breaking kneecaps.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yep. Taken. So I'll have to do things dirty.
We're gonna blackmail them. Wait, can we say that live on the air?
Yeah, we can say whatever we want.
Well, we have the freedom of speech, but that doesn't protect us from consequences, Lewis.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say that. I'm just saying we can say whatever we want. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, by the way, what do you think about the whole DNS attack? Or the DDoS attack on the DNS servers like today?
I wish they would stop. I want to upload this package. I want to upload this, and I cannot. It keeps timing out for me.
But like, who do you think is doing it?
I would probably say some foreign nation. I don't know. That's usually the culprit is. So I'm pretty sure that's a good guess. Russia and or China.
Exactly. See, this is what kind of scares me, and I don't want to get into like political discussions that may cause fear mongering amongst news outlet information. But you heard about the president of the Philippines, right?
President of the how he's kicking ass and taking names.
Let's avoid the Hitler thing, but after that,
Which part?
he basically says he's pulling away from the allegiance with the United States, and he's now making statements saying that the Philippines are partnered with China and Russia against the world.
I've partnered with China and Russia to fight the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
No, I did not hear that part.
He didn't say fight, specifically, but basically saying due to political tensions amongst various countries, it is now the Philippines, China, and Russia against everybody else. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of disheartening and kind of frightful. I mean, it's only the Philippines, but I mean, when you're talking about China and Russia versus the world, I mean, okay, so that's one. And then remember in our previous podcast about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I forget which episode, we talked about the whole some entity is looking on basically taking down the entire internet.
Yeah, that's what it's reminding me of right now.
Yeah.
What about it?
And then plus and I'm trying to think of my words carefully. I don't want to make this sound like I'm in support of or against anyone specifically or any type of presidential candidate, but we all know that Hillary is kind of being ballsy when it comes to the comments she makes about Russia, as if she wants to go to war with Russia. And I'm not saying that she does. I'm not saying that she doesn't. I'm just making statements that she's kind of out there anti-Russia. And so I'm just saying it would be nice if we do not go into World War III in like the next 8 years or so, okay?
For the next few months, or just never. just never, period.
Yeah,
because war isn't ever fun.
Right, so because I've been hearing and reading that the DNS or the attacks on the DNS servers are basically the start of cyber war between the U.S. and Russia, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of a rumor, speculations. There's no credible source, even though that actually might be correct because logically thinking,
I don't think it's out of what is it? I don't think it's too far-fetched, seeing as how like a majority of cyber attacks do come from Russia and or China.
Right.
Looking at actual statistics from security firms that get published every now and then. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to assume that it's one of them. Well, yeah, I guess it could be North Korea, but I doubt it. They only have like 1,000 IP addresses from what we've discovered. So I don't think their infrastructure has anywhere near the bandwidth for this kind of attack. The cables would probably fry up, to be honest.
Oh, I'm just saying that if there is a draft and we are drafted, if the U.S. government, which are probably because like the NASA has been eyeballing me all year because of the various comments that I've been making.
Wait, hold on. You're cutting off.
See, I talk about the NSA, and we already, get cut messages and lost stuff, and we're being moved away, people. We're being moved away.
User in your channel timed out.
They're coming for us. They're coming for us. We'll be right back after these breaks.
So many roads to choose. We start out walking and learn to run. We've only just begun.
Lewis, are you alive?
User in your channel timed out.
The music you're listening to is Just Begun by Nyangdo. You can find their music over at Free Music Archive and just check out their songs. It's amazing, brilliant, beautiful. Keep listening.
User entered your channel.
Oh, there's a pile of dead bodies here.
I tell you, man, everyone heard it here first. When we talk about the NSA or the CSI, we always get a drop connection.
That could have been more perfect timing.
No, it's not perfect timing, Lewis. It's not a coincidence. They're watching and they're listening.
They're listening.
You
You got some
hear,
viewers.
you hear that plane? That's them.
But yeah, would not like to go to war with Russia and or anyone for that matter.
Hey,
Anytime.
on the bright side, if we are to be drafted, hopefully we'll be in like the technology division, and we'll just basically like be in a bunker with computers and stuff.
If I get drafted, I might fall over and accidentally injure myself and or disappear from the United States altogether.
You go.
Where do you go? I don't know. Who knows?
We have finished last seeing Lewis cross the border and head to Mexico. For some reason, he had an oversized mustache, one that was seen in the podcast imagery. I'd probably try to go to Canada. I don't know. Actually, no, I'd probably go to Mexico because Georgia is closer to the Mexican border. So,
User in your channel timed out.
darn it, they're still at us. But to those who are still listening, I do not want to alarm anybody over the notions of America or even the UN going to war, or like the entire world going to war for WW3. It's just more of a frightening set of coincidences of events being really close-knit and tangled in an amalgamy of various political scandals. Just putting that out there now. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Okay, got a message. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
User entered your channel.
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say DNS isn't even resolving on my phone sometimes. I was trying to get on the mobile client. Get away
Wow.
from this.
Maybe we're being affected too by the DDoS attacks on the DNS servers. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh. Oh. Excuse me. Oh. I think we lost you again, Lewis.
User in your channel timed out.
See, the moral of the story is, children, if you attack or belittle the NSA and the CSI, you will have your podcast interrupted. It's actually reminds me of, and I'm not saying this is actually really the NSA or the CSI, though. It's very possible that they might be listening, like seriously, legitimately. But it reminds me of a weird story. And again, I'm not gonna be here sitting and talking about conspiracy theories or notions of tinfoil hatting. If you choose to believe it, cool. If I choose to believe it, you'll never know. I kind of do actually. But there was a radio show not a few years ago. It was about 2 or 3 decades ago, I think. And apparently, the radio host had got a phone call from someone who was exclaiming to be from the Area 51 faculty, and how he was basically trying to do, basically being a whistleblower. Yeah, in the middle of the communications of him telling his story or whatever, the power in the radio station just went off. Like, just cut out. Just completely blanketed out. And they used their backup power generators to go back on the air. CSI or CIA? Maybe it's both. The CIA and the CSI. Because, you know, the criminal science investigation units basically use their science to criminally investigate our podcast. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, I'm reading the chat, people. But no, they used their backup power generators to get back on the air, and they were kind of freaked out because they've never had something like that happen before, and it had been nearly too, coincidental, or coincidentally, with the conversation going on with the air talk, and a few days later, apparently that same caller, or someone who said that they were the same caller,
User entered your
called
channel.
them back. And it was kind of weird because the person had a different voice, and it was just really scary. Oh, you're back, Lewis. I thought you was kidnapped.
I don't know if we'll be able to do the cast today. They keep on getting cut out. Yeah, or at least on this current server. I think our server's hosted on the East Coast, right? That's
Yes.
where the attack affected the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Netflix is working.
I don't know, actually. And sorry, I was just telling the viewers here about the whole Alien Area 51 radio incident.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I already told you about that.
I mean, I'm not pointing fingers and saying what's true and what's not, but that was still, that's one of the most, or it's one of the creepiest things to have actually listened to, because it was live,
Oh, yeah.
it was recorded. And again, I'm not trying to say aliens do or do not exist or Area 51, blah, 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 blah. But when you have someone who is like crying over the air, who sounds legitimately scared, either they're a brilliant actor and the hoax is fantastic, or some real stuff was being said and the government did not like it. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So, think level. Well, actually, I don't think Netflix will. I think Netflix will have tons of problems because
Actually,
apparently level 3 was the guy having problems, and from what I remember, Netflix runs on level 3's backbone.
interesting. I mean, I can at least pull up the main Netflix site. I'm not trying to watch something at the moment though.
I'm gonna have to just start pinging all those sites I regularly visit and start saving the IP addresses into the hostname file. This DNS keeps failing.
Yeah. I've actually been binge watching Daredevil on Netflix. Have you seen Daredevil?
Daredevil?
Yeah.
I'm not caught up with the latest season.
Like, I started season 2 literally last night. I was staying up all night. I finished season 2, episode 3, and I will say I've enjoyed season 1 far better than what I've enjoyed by season 2 thus far. But no, I do like Daredevil is my jam, man. It is better than the MCU movies.
MCU movies. Remind me.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Marvel movies.
Ah, gotcha.
And I'm not sure if that's just because I'm biased because I like darker, grittier things, and I like when people die that they stay dead. And apparently, there's rumors going around saying that Quicksilver will be revived in the Infinity Wars. Which I was like, please don't stop having these people not die. Like, there's no consequences for the movies. There's none. No consequences whatsoever. But no, next is gonna be Jessica Jones after I finish Daredevil, and then followed up with Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Yeah, I need to see that. I think it's funny that people are saying it's racist.
Yeah, I don't. Oh my goodness.
Like, man, everything's just racist now. Like, geez.
Dude, like people.
Not enough white people, not enough black people. Like,
Have you seen the movie Magnificent Seven yet?
Magnificent Seven. The one with oh wait. No. I'm thinking of the one by Quentin Tarantino, the one with the 8 people.
No, that's Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Yeah, no, I have not seen the Magnificent Seven.
Dude, go watch it. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. All I can say is, apparently, because when me and Alana went to go see the movie, we were kind of laughing at like the ending is great. It's a great movie. Like no plot holes, and the ending is just like brilliant. But there's a thing about the ending which kind of made us do a little giggle. And I would just say I searched online, and there are not a lot, but people are complaining about. I don't want to spoil it, but all right, you just go see the movie. It's a great movie.
All right, maybe that's what I'll take Tatiana to go see this weekend.
Yeah, actually, me and Alana are probably gonna go see The Accountant tomorrow. Which I hear great things about. So.
Sounds numerical.
Numerical, OCD, ADHD, and a bunch of mafia killing. So yeah.
Ooh. Might forget where I parked my car and accidentally walk into that screening after seeing Magnificent Seven.
What?
Huh?
That made no logical sense. I forgot where I parked, so I walked into the wrong movie theater.
I'll hold up in court, right?
Maybe.
Right? Maybe I should just plead the fifth.
Like Dave Chappelle. Oh.
But times like these remind me of like, that's right. This is why I download stuff sometimes, in case the internet ever goes down. Oh man.
I mean, it's definitely. I forgot. I still gotta watch Atlanta. Not saying that neither you nor I may own Atlanta on a private personal server or anything. Just yeah. Oh, by the way, have you watched the TV show Son of Zorn?
Never even heard about it.
Oh, it's on Fox. It's basically like a mixture between cartoons and like real life stuff.
Son of Zorn. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Son of Zorn.
Yeah,
just for to be a cool dad. Already looks interesting.
It is hilarious, dude. And like, I'm like,
Did it just come out?
Yeah,
on air Sunday
on Fox, and it is just brilliant, dude. Like ever since Roger Rabbit, I have not seen something as great to mix like cartoon with real life filming in quite some time, and this just nails it, man. This just nails the crap out of it.
Full episodes, huh? All right, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to take a look at this. I'll keep this tab open next to South Park. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, Matt Groening actually drew a picture of the cartoon dads wearing Speedos at a beach. So you got Zorn, you got Bob from Bob's Burgers, you got Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson all wearing USA American thongs at a beach.
Cause America.
Cause America, man. Cause America. Now, I want everyone who's listening right now to notice we have not talked about the NSA since Lewis has been reconnected.
And everything's fine.
Exactly.
So far.
Coincidence? I think not.
Funny though that in a minute I think the ZeroNet is still working. Update all sites. I think that's still kicking. Updated. Yep.
I still want to actually make a video about ZeroNet. I just have not had the time to do anything other than these streams, and I don't know, dude. Like, I'm just hoping if I can pass all my classes this semester, I only got to take 3 next semester.
Nice.
Exactly. It was originally going to be 4, but apparently I got a cool advisor, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I can actually move this to here and like exploit a loophole at GSU, so you can get your credits to count for here. So you only got to take 3 classes next semester." And I'm just like, this is the first time that I've actually been helped by the GSU faculty.
Oh man.
5 years, Lewis. 5 years. Finally being helped.
Thank you for waiting. How can I help you? That's all I went through my mind. Georgia State, please hold. Georgia State, please hold.
And then you sent me that video about like people getting messages about you're gonna be kicked out of school if you don't have your tuition.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, dude.
And that girl was like, I pay like 75% of my loan or my tuition for the semester. And the school's like just pressuring me. So it just makes me think, like, is the school just going through some rough times right now that they need the money right now? Or are a lot of people just kind of lagging it and not really paying up their dues?
I don't know, dude. Like, GSU is weird. They're the kind of university that tells you have to have your money in by this date, right? Okay, and you pay the entire cost a month before that date. And they will still send you an email saying, urgent, you need to pay this money or you will not be able to attend classes. And it makes it sound like the email is addressing you personally, telling you your funds have not yet been reached. And if you call them and tell them, why am I getting emails saying that I specifically have not yet paid my car or my money for the tuition for this year, and they're just like, oh no, this is just an automatic message being sent to everyone just to tell them to make sure. And you're like, well, you need to word it better.
Who set up that template?
Exactly. Giving people heart attacks.
Seriously.
Oh.
I mean, I remember UAT like doing the same thing. Like, hey, you need to pay all this money up front. I mean, if you're not borrowing money, that's a tall task. That's definitely a tall task.
It is.
That tuition was not cheap.
And one thing that makes it even worse, and I don't mean to dog GSU. I mean, GSU is just a typical college. This is issues in every college. But so let's say you do pay some money up forward, and you have the other money coming in from student aid, a loan, or Hope, or some other type of scholarship. The email will say, have your money paid by this date. We'll call it date X. Now, the loan, student aid, and scholarships can be sent to your school before date X, but GSU will not accept those funds until after date X. See the issue?
Did they give her any sort of reasoning why?
Yeah, because date X is not really the last day to have the money in. It's just a type of fear like function where they just say we're gonna like make people fear to have their money paid by this date. If you call or you email them, they will say, "Oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. It'll actually be date Y, which is after they'll accept the funds from the scholarships and etc. that you have to worry about." But they won't tell you that until date X is already passed.
That's that's really annoying.
It is. They're essentially trying to make people pay out of fear.
Yay. You know who else made people pay out of fear? The mafia. It'd be a shame if something happened to your nice little story you got going on right here. Drop space.
Oh. So like that essay you turned in for your homework assignment, it'd be amazing if it just kind of vanished from the Dropbox records. I don't
For a
know,
small
man.
monthly fee, I can offer you protection.
Now we know you students often download your books offline or buy them used from Amazon, but we want you to go ahead and buy from the school library or the school bookstore at a 25% up price. Just go ahead and do that. Yeah.
You're into like that. What is it? That Comcast joke or something on South Park? Like, how much would it inconvenience you?
By the way, the joke I just made about the whole buying from the university bookstore is actually really true. If you get your money into the school by the date that school starts, they're like, cool, you can attend classes. And then obviously your professor is saying you need this book as soon as possible. But let's say you don't want, because your money is put in your student account. So let's say you turned in $5,000 with an extra $500 for books. Your student account says you now have $500 you can spend. Obviously, you may want that $500 back so you can buy from Amazon or from a fellow student or from some other third-party bookstore. The school will wait 2.5 weeks to send you back that money from your student account so you can put it into your personal account that's like with Bank of America, Simple, or whatever. So, Lewis, if you need your textbook for those 2.5 weeks... It's really convenient if you pay that $25 up price at the school bookstore to get that book ASAP with the money that you basically got from your loan or your scholarship.
Shady deals or shady practices are shady.
Exactly, man. Exactly. But I think that's I really went on a rant about school, man.
I mean, lots of problems in the higher education system, man. Lots of problems.
I tell you, man. Like, if we had Bernie Sanders going up against Trump right now, I mean, I don't know. But guys, that pretty much wraps it up for our podcast. I do want to say thank you for the continued supporting the podcast every Friday live. I know I have not yet added the episodes to the Google Play, but you know what I did add? Our first ever Android app.
Exciting.
It is. Go over to play.google.com and in the search bar type in EoZ password generator and you can download version 0.8.05 of the app right now for early use.
You should probably mention that it's beta, even though it doesn't really have the beta slap thing on it.
That's my bad. I kind of screwed the pooch on that one. You know what? I just who came up with the phrase "screw the pooch"?
I don't know. Now I gotta look it up.
No, cause think about it. Someone basically had a friend or family member where they literally went, "Oh, geez, man, you literally just screwed the pooch." Who is screwing pooches?
Hold up, I think I found an article. Mercury.
How are you getting Mercury results for screwing the pooch?
It's in the movie.
Anyway, guys, we'll see you all next week. Maybe then we'll know where Screwed the Pooch came from.
Maybe then.
But yeah, we're also working on that soundboard program, which we've made a lot of progress with, at least for the Java version. And we're gonna have a JavaScript version that's web-based for you all to use as well. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
I'm not sure if there's any other news, because we don't pre-plan the improv week. We're literally just, what's on our brains. I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to match the functionality of the Java one as close as I can. I mean, since they're both open source, people could just look at the differences in implementation and stuff.
Yeah.
It won't be a one-to-one, but still be fun to see.
But yeah. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. Next week, Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Essence of Zen, After Dark, episode 14. We have no idea what we're going to do so far.
Oh, I'm gonna be gone that week. Remember?
Oh, yeah, you are. I forgot. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Steven said he would like to co-host that week, but he might be busy, so I might have to find somebody else. Well, we will see. I may just solo it. I don't know. Other than that, we'll see you also on Sunday at beam.pro/essence-of-zen for our Path of Exile. There goes the beer again. Path of Exile run. We'll do more maps and trying to find the mapper, the guy who has the Cthulhu-like tentacle beard, and we'll try to kick his ass. But who knows? We'll probably die like I did 3 times or 4 times last week. But yeah, I'm off to go do homework. Lewis is off to go keep being awesome. We'll see you all next week. But until then,
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. But until then, as always, take care.
Later.